Hello there, and as usual, I'm Aaron from Let's Stay Gamers, and welcome. So today we're taking a look at another marvellous creation from the Steam Workshop. Now this one is the Helicarrier by Walrus, and I have to say, this is the perfect ship for them players who don't really like to get tied down to a base on the ground, where you'll eventually just continue and keep using up the resources around that point, and you'll have to travel further and further away. Also, if you ever venture out to a bug planet, being up in the air like this is a great way of stopping to have to build defenses to actually stop the attacks from the bugs that will swarm your station. So let's actually take a look around the exterior and then we'll go inside. Now a note about the interior is it's been left very open. I'm guessing he's left this for you or people to customize it how they want for their survival world. But as we begin at the front, you can see we've got these four large antennas sticking out, creating this very sort of classic front of a ship look. And then down the sides we've got some armor that's been layered, so you can see it's actually cut away into the side and it's building this really nice matrix sort of effect. And as we go to the side, we've got some of the front Gatling turrets. It reminds me really like an aircraft carrier taken to the sky, and I guess this is how this concept is actually built up. So as we go underneath, he's also added a lot of hangars to the sides and bottom, so it means if you're building or working on a ship, you can actually store it within the actual ship's hull, so it's protected. Or you could even store the whole of the deck sort of fleet, all the fighters that you'd usually have on the deck inside, so you could protect them while traveling between two different coordinates. But looking at the actual deck itself, very similar to an aircraft carrier, but a lot of space we can actually use to store different fighters for different sorts of missions. We could put bombers, all sorts of smaller fighters, larger fighters, even mining craft if this is what you're going to do with that particular mission. Now when you come to this back part of the deck, you can see we've got some underneath hangars on this side for a smaller ship, and on the right we've got this more open area. And then we go onto the upper deck. But before we go any further, I'll show you these engine cells on both sides. Now I'm guessing this is a little bit like a helicopter sort of design, where we'd have two large helicopter blades in here, but you just replace them with a lot of atmospheric thrusters that do pretty much the same job. You can see hovering the ship very nicely, and down the side we have some more atmospheric thrusters that are tucked away to give them a little bit of protection. Just a very cool detail indeed. So looking at this ship, the majority of the actual hull itself underneath is symmetrical, but when you come to the upper deck, the actual deck on the rear end of the ship is not symmetrical. You can see how it starts to cut away, and we've got this upper flight deck, and then we've got the lower engine cells as well as some more rear defense turrets. But we'll come into the bridge area here. So we'll take a quick look into the interior. Now the bridge itself is really simple, but it does provide us with a great view of the deck, so you can see all the ships that are launching, ships that are coming in, as well as various fighters going out. You just got a really nice view. You've not got too much of a view of the planet below you, so maybe some cameras could be fitted in here and connected up to the bridge. As we actually walk through here, this is not connected to the lower floors, so to gain access to the lower floors you'll have to use some of the doors below. But I'm not going to take you on too much of a greatly detailed tour of the lower rooms, because it's just empty like this, as he's expecting you to fill it up with the things you need. So in this room you might have a briefing room or some sort of recon desk, I don't know. It'd be completely up to you what you do with it. So if we pop down here once again, you can actually see we've got some of the rooms. We've got the main engine room here on the left. Nothing too much detail, it's just been stuck together to the best of its ability. And this is like an office block here. Staircase down here leads into this darkness that leads you back up to the bridge, and on both sides we've got some sort of like quarters rooms that we could use for bunks for the different fighter pilots. I don't know, it's up to you, it's what you make of it at the end of the day. Anyway, we'll zoom out and I'll just take you on a final little comment. But what do you guys think about this sort of station up in the sky? I really do think it's a viable option for the future of planets. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and make sure you check out a link to this in the description below.